treason! Have you lost your mind, Arthas?
What is up, guys? This is Team Slow here. I'm going to be doing a basic overview of the champion Uther and Heroes of the Storm. Let's just take a look at his abilities here. Holy Light, that's your Q. Pretty basic, it's E. It's a point and click spell. W's Holy Radiance. It is a skill shot, pretty wide, pretty easy to hit. Nothing you haven't seen before if you've played MOBA type games. E, Hammer of Justice. It's a stunning spell. It has a lot of uses, especially in team fights. You're going to want to use this to interrupt ults from other characters. Eternal Devotion. When he dies, he comes back for 10 seconds. Heroic abilities. These are situational. If I got a heavy melee team, I will definitely go Divine Storm. Get in there, wreak havoc in the back lines. I'll show you that kind of in the highlights here at the end of the video. Divine Shield is great though too, especially if you have a tank, or with the game being so new, people are greedy and they really like to focus a target, and that's where Divine Shield comes in. If you get somebody low, you pop that Divine Shield on them. 5 seconds, the enemy team will just be tunneling on that person. Blow a couple hills, they're back up at full. I mean, you've quadra killed the enemy team. That's where Divine Shield really, really shines. The basic talents, and I'm going to tell you why I use each one and what situations they work best in. Conjurer's Pursuit. This is the best in-game talent out of these four, by far. It basically makes it where you can heal unlimitedly at max level. Holy Light. I've had some mixed success for this one. I really, really like Conjurer's Pursuit. It's by far my favorite one out of the four. I mean, Dense White Stone, let's be honest, Uther doesn't do a lot of damage, so a little bit more on his E. It's much better spent up here. Trust me on this one. Now, these I always go with Hammer of the Lightbringer. Being able to restore mana in a pinch is great, especially to stay engaged in combat. Because that's kind of what we want to do, right? We want to stay in there. That's what Uther really shines, is getting in there, causing havoc in the back lines. Out of these, Wave of Light. Rebuke. You can use Rebuke. I'm not saying it's a bad skill. It really depends on team comp. There's very few team comps I would choose Rebuke over Wave of Light. Holy Devotion's the same way. If you're getting beat really bad, you could kind of ace in the hole with Holy Devotion, and that's kind of how I feel about that one. Of course, these are just your basic 10 talents. I go Divine Shield when I've got a range-heavy team. And Divine Storm when more melee. So that's how I feel. I mean, you fill it out and tell me what you think in the comments below. Here, I always go Sprint. Sprint is such a good engage. I mean, it really is. You can't beat Sprint's engaging ability. Shrink Ray has some limited uses as well. Because it's a 50% reduction. So if you have someone, I found it really useful if you come in that situation where you have one good player carrying a whole team, you pop Shrink Ray on them. I mean, GG, you can rack them, right? So 16 talents. If it's a melee heavy team that I'm facing, I go Imposing Presence, because, I mean, you get in there, you Divine Shield yourself, you slow all their attacks, right? Heart and Focus. If it's a smart team, or a team that isn't trying to focus the healer, I will go Hard and Focus, because it's basically a 50% cooldown reduction if you're above 80% life. If they're diving you like they should be to kill you, then it's not nearly that good. I'd much rather have Imposing Presence. There's a lot of debate about this one. Level 20, it really depends who you're against. If you're really wrecking them, I go Resurrect, or Resurgence of the Storm, rather. Simply because you can basically sacrifice yourself once, and that's all you may need to finish the game. Bulwark of the Light, it's really good as well. I mean, all these talents are great. I mean, you can't fault any of them. The only one that I'm kind of iffy on is Storm Shield, but it's all right. But it'd be my last choice. But yeah, that basically wraps it up. Be sure to check back in the future. I'm going to be having more of these guides. Probably a couple a week until we run up into beta, and then I'll start doing rated matches, of course, because I'm really looking forward to ranked mode. I mean, who isn't? So yeah, thanks for checking out the video.